She used to be an actress.
She ever been in anything I saw?
I think her biggest deal was she starred in a pilot.
What's a pilot?
Well, you know, the shows on TV.
I don't watch TV.
Yes, but you are aware that there's an invention called television, and on that invention they show shows?
Yeah.
Well, the way they pick the shows on TV is they make one show, and that show is called a pilot. And they show that one show to the people who pick the shows, and on the strength of that one show, they decide if they want to make more shows. Some get accepted and become TV programs, and some don't, and become nothing. She starred in one of those that became nothing.
Cheese fries. Love that show. That was
good. Yes. Welcome to Couch Pilots. All of you are my friends. It's the show that dares to fly into the unknown territory of awful television pilots of the past. My name is Jason, and with me, as always, is my guidance counselor. It's Captain Philip Rastisher. Good evening, Captain.
Good evening, my friend. We're just days away from the worst holiday ever. Not for the meaning
Kwanzaa.
of it.
Ugh, what is that about? Is that what you're talking about? Kwanzaa, right?
The Christmas holiday is stressful.
So you're saying Christmas is the worst, and you're giving us reasons why?
Yeah.
Okay, this is news.
It's only about a week away.
This is news to me. Why Christmas is the worst? But please go right ahead.
It's stressful.
Okay.
Financially, mentally, relationship wise. It's so commercialized.
Does that really bother you? The commercial aspect of Christmas? That can't bother you, right?
No, I like when Amazon does stuff where I can save money just by staying at home.
Hell yeah.
But the true meaning of Christmas has been lost.
What is the true meaning of Christmas?
The true meaning of Christmas is on a snowy night in December, Mother Mary about to pop out a baby, right? And she ain't got no place to go, right? She didn't have any more free stays at the Paradise or at the Isle of Capri. She was looking for a place to stay. And they went to the inn. They said, no, you can't go to the inn, bro. There's no room.
It was immaculate conception.
I was going to get there.
Okay.
And the guy she was with was a really nice dude and really understanding because he had nothing to do with...
I was going to say, Joseph, to me, if I was Joseph, I was like, that dude is a bitch. And I'm sorry if that's blasphemous. I'm sorry if it's blasphemous. I'm just saying, if I have a woman, and I know I have not lain with her biblically, and they didn't say biblically back then because the Bible wasn't made yet.
Right.
But if I laid her in that way, if I hadn't done that yet, and all of a sudden she's pregnant, I'm an idiot for staying with a woman who's pregnant and who wants to be with me because she's saying, God put a baby in me. Now, we all know that to be true. But at the time, if I'm Joseph, I'm thinking, I'm an idiot for staying with this lady.
She just wants me for my money, my tokens. But Chuck E. Cheese tokens. So they got
Joseph was rich with was flush.
You ever seen Joseph play skee ball? Fudge, no. He was the best, man.
Was that in the
that corner, that $100 of the 100 score up in the corner, a little hard one to get.
Yeah,
he was just throwing him.
So this is a book left out of the Bible, the Gospel of Cheese.
The Gospel, yeah. Yeah, he was great. And that's what attracted Mary to him in the first place.
His skee ball abilities?
Yeah, she was at Chuck E. Cheese with her sister and her baby, who wasn't immaculate. And she's like, who's that guy over there?
She's like, my son, damn, right?
She's like, who's that guy over there drinking that Miller Lite and playing the skee ball?
They did not have Miller Lite back then. Did they? No, they did not.
Yes, they did.
Okay.
It's the king of beers.
Yeah. It's the champagne of beers.
It's what beer drinkers drink when they're not drinking beer.
That's a slap in the face of that company, right?
Wait, we make what beer drinkers drink when they're not drinking beer, and then when beer drinkers are drinking beer, we make that too.
Wow, yeah. We got it all covered.
So they got no place to go. The inn says, no, we're full. They find this little hut. All right, there's some donkeys around. There's some sheep. They're cold.
I had no idea you knew all this. Please.
Why wouldn't I know this? This is what the true meaning of Christmas is not about. It's not about PlayStations and Black Fridays.
Okay, it's a little bit about PlayStations, right?
Well, I'm hoping that Santa Claus brings me a PlayStation game for Christmas.
Oh, which one do you want?
PBA bowling. It just came out last month.
No. Can you imagine 4K video game bowling?
And it's all the stars of the PBA.
Stars. What about that lady that you like? Is she in it?
I doubt it.
Slatvana Voyevich?
Yeah, no, but I guess what? I'm only 6 weeks or 6 months away from meeting her.
So you're going to?
I'm going to go to Rockford the weekend before I go to Reno.
I thought that was in like June.
That's like 6 months away.
Oh, I thought you said 6 weeks. I'm sorry.
No, 6 months.
So she'll be there in Reno with you.
No. She'll be in Rockford.
In 6 months, she'll be in Rockford,
and I'm going to bowl in the same premises as her.
In the same,
the pro-am.
In this, I recently heard an interview. It's an old interview, but I recently heard it with Chris Hardwick, who grew up in bowling alley.
Sure, his dad was a big.
But bowling alley is a term that is seedy when it comes to bowling. Where bowling center is a more family friendly. So will you be going to a bowling center?
It's in Rockford. I would say it might be seedy, but it's Cherry Lanes.
Can we introduce our guest real quick?
Oh sure. We'll just leave Mary
we'll come
out
back.
in the snow.
We'll come back. He's not the end of this. Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet for the Couch Pilots, probably our number one guest, the one who's been back here more times than anyone else. It's Matthew Phillips.
How's everybody doing?
Welcome. Matthew basically one-handedly saved this podcast.
Yeah.
One hand tied behind my back.
Okay.
Right.
And please explain how that happened.
We were having some differences. We weren't showing up to shows together, and other people were doing shows. And he came, and I didn't know this at the time, but he has a lot of counseling experience. He has a degree in which he doesn't use it.
Let me say this, Blake. You look like you've done those push-ups.
I'm ripped, right?
That was part of our agreement. That you
I've
would
been
work
doing
on your
them.
physical health.
I've been doing them.
Your pecs almost look like rock hard breasts that are misshapen.
Well, I'm doing them upside down.
Hold on a second. What did you say?
I'm doing the exercises upside down. So
Upside down push-ups?
yes, upside down push-ups.
Inverted ups?
Yes, I put my legs up on the wall and then do push-ups on the wall.
That's
and
intense.
I think what it's doing, the gravity is making my tatas bigger instead of my abs.
Wow, that's just like camping.
Instead of your
Very
abs?
intense.
my abs.
He's been working on those apps.
Are there abs for that? There's an ab for that.
You got an
There's
abs
an
for
app
that?
yeah.
Sure. So So you know what, Matthew? Thank you for noticing. Thank you for being here. And before we go any further, fuck the Lakers.
I don't feel like I'm officially in the room until I get that kind of.
I don't like that kind of talk.
Yeah,
personally,
it offends Jason, his sensibilities.
So were you done with your story about the?
Which story? I had 3 stories going at one time.
Mary was out in the snow. I'm pretty
Mary
sure.
was out in the snow in this little hut thing, and Joseph's like, "Man, I don't know if I should just let this girl be and just take off now before And the donkey's like, "No, you need to stay."
The donkey, come on.
And then so
he's editorializing.
So Joseph starts to say, "No, I'm not down with this." Starts walking away, and the sheep goes, "Come back!"
Okay.
All right. So he comes back. Next thing you know, bada boom, bada bang, in the snow. Kid's born. It's baby Jesus.
No crying he makes.
Why would he cry?
Yeah,
He's got nothing to cry about.
He got nothing.
Matt, you're more of an expert than Blake is by far. Jesus wasn't born on the 25th of December, right?
No,
that's just
for sure.
Is that some sort of like arms race against pagans? Is that right? I've heard that.
It's just
part of the Gregorian calendar that we've landed on the 25th.
Was there a pagan holiday
Sure.
right around there, and they said no, we will trump that with our holiday?
Well, there's even some circles that think that Saint Nick himself, and to celebrate it in that way, right, is more of the Christmas spirit. But I would disagree. It is in the spirit of Christ's birth.
Yeah, I would say so. It's a reason for the season.
But like you guys were commenting a few moments ago, the whole Saint Nick, the Christmas season, the present giving.
That's far away from what the real story is.
That'd be my vote. Yeah.
Yes.
When do you?
You know what? Thank you. Finally, somebody is on the show that agrees with me and doesn't agree with you.
Yes, thank you.
Gee, Christmas.
I'm not sure I know the answer to your question though about.
You don't know what all the times are, Daddy.
Here, real quick. Do you know the story about do you know why you might know this story. I've heard of a version of the story. I'll go really quick because I told it last week. Why a horseshoe is lucky? It has to do with the devil. No?
I don't.
Okay,
No.
we'll just skip it then.
Okay,
Call you a Christian.
I have. Hey,
everybody
don't
does.
count them out until you hear that crow cry 3 times, right?
Yeah.
Here's a couple things I want to ask you about. We before we started recording, we were talking a little bit about adult toys, as it were. I want to ask you guys about men's lingerie. Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with this?
How familiar?
Have you seen it?
I've probably seen it
On the scale of have you seen it to are you wearing it now? Where are you?
I'm an 8.
Oh boy,
Ooh, which way? Yeah, so you know the Wish app.
Yes, I've heard of it.
Okay, so on Facebook,
Sorry, it's Wish Abs.
on Wish apps, on your Facebook from time to time, it'll have a scroll sideways of stuff that you might be interested in. I don't know why, but it always seems to have men's lingerie.
Well, they
in
know
it.
what else is going on in the house.
For you,
right? Like
for you,
Yeah,
I got a feeling I know why.
you don't.
I've never seen it in person. I believe I've seen it like a picture or an image of it.
What's a lingerie? A lingerie is something.
She used to be a lingerie.
She used to be a lingerie. But what is lingerie for guys? I mean, what would that look like? Are these chapless? Or
I've seen something recently.
Okay,
So my girlfriend buys a lot from Victoria's Secret. She loves just the plain regular underwear from there.
Yep.
And then she'll get into some of the other stuff, but it's all a game because they have this app and they have a thing you can sign up for, and she combines all this. So she gets incredible deals all the time. And she was looking at it the other day, and she's like, "Look at this stuff." And I don't think she's into it because a lot of this stuff is like it's for like lingerie for men. It's like lacy. Mm-hmm. There's some frilly stuff like you'd see on like little like what you would imagine Little Bo Peep's underwear would be, like that frilly pink stuff, you know.
Yep.
And there's like mesh baskets for your donks bar. Mm-hmm. That stuff seems...
It's a banana hammock, Jason.
Oh, I apologize. I hope I didn't offend anyone. It seems silly to me to have men's lingerie. My question, I guess, is men's lingerie for gay guys, or is it for because it almost seems in some way like semi-emasculating to me, some of it.
That's probably where I'd land. I couldn't see myself wearing it.
I don't think I want to put my dick into a mesh basket.
You said it much better than I did.
Did I?
Or at least more, yeah. At least more directly.
Blake, what is your take on men's lingerie? Is it predominantly? Because my guess, honestly, is it's predominantly for homosexual people.
No, I would say that it is not predominantly for homosexual men, because there are completely different men's lingeries for homosexual men.
Like leather based or what?
Leather based, maybe more sissy boy outfits.
Follow-up question: how do you know that?
Let me give him some time to think, and I'll add this. So is the spirit of lingerie for the other person or for the person wearing it? Maybe you'd say both.
I would say both.
I would say both.
I want to feel sexy wearing it. I want to entice my partner.
Sure.
Can I give you guys just a this is a policy I've lived by for some time.
Bedtime booty. I got a policy.
Blake, this might help you also, by the way.
What do I need help with?
Well, no, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this on a hot mic, but something about 30 days.
Hot mic.
Once every 30 days, if you read between the lines.
Oh, he is drunk.
No, I just opened my third one.
Maddie's wasted.
If their underwear matches, it wasn't your idea.
Okay. All right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, what'd you say? If the underwear matches?
if the underwear matches,
you must have quit.
Yeah.
If the underwear... Okay.
Oh, boy.
I called the stewardess down because, for one, she just had a birthday, and...
Happy birthday,
Happy
whatever.
birthday, Molly.
Well, happy birthday, whatever. It's fine.
Thank you.
Have a seat. Pull the chair out. We need.
This is how I feel when they're pointing at the table.
What do you do with it? Okay. All right. Yeah, hi. Jeez, Louise.
I know.
No, Louise.
I know.
Come on.
Yeah. Her name's Molly, not Louise.
We're talking about your dildo peddling, but don't. Hey, you chose it. Okay, you chose it.
And I'd like to know why you
I'm
had
an
two...
orgasm whisperer.
Is that right?
Is that what
So if you're telling me if you whisper into my ear, I can ruin these pair of dungarees?
Maybe not me,
dungaroos.
but I could teach someone how to. Yes.
Teach me how to ruin my pants.
No.
Okay, so we were talking about men's lingerie.
Men's lingerie?
Yeah. What do you know about men's lingerie? What do you like it, and if so, what type?
No.
No across the board.
No.
3 questions there. No across the board.
No, he was saying, do you like men's lingerie or do you like lingerie in general? And you said no.
Oh, no.
No, say you're aware of men's lingerie.
No.
You're not?
I guess no. I mean, like, you mean like just the little silky, cute boxers or the...
No, I've seen some that are like frilly. When you I don't know why I'm choosing this, but Little Bo Peep. When Little Bo Peep has like she's got a big frilly dress on, right?
That men wear or that women wear?
What men wear. But you know, Little Bo Peep. She's got this big frilly thing, and she's got a cane, and she's got a bunch of sheep around.
Yeah, I know her.
The frilly, like if she were to fall on her backside and her skirt was exposed, it would be like a big frilly underpants kind of thing. I've seen men's lingerie that looks like that.
Matt, why are they talking about that?
I wish I could help you out here, Molly.
We've
We've really backed into this.
We were talking about Thanksgiving, and next thing you know,
It's 210 episodes. We have to have content.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're
And your side hustles really become giving them a lot of content, I'm sure.
Really, I got a story about my side hustle.
Do you?
all right. Skip the men's lingerie. You have want nothing to do with it. What's your story?
No, I just don't know. I don't care for men's lingerie. I don't care for men's lingerie on men.
But you have seen some.
Yeah, I guess I'm watching RuPaul's drag show upstairs right now. So
Have you seen the kind? It's like a mesh thing in the front for their nuts to hang into.
Yeah.
Is that appealing?
No, not to me anyway.
What's your story about your dildo company?
Oh, well, you know how Blake's been doing this show for many, many years, and he
Yes,
sits
I've
there.
been doing it with him.
Yes, well, and he says so much about our sex life, and
You're not supposed to listen to this.
Nothing is sacred, and yeah, right.
Absolutely nothing is sacred.
So now, when I go to my parties, I'm up there telling them all about Blake.
Oh, really?
Blake,
Hey.
is this the first you're learning of this?
you know what? I'm fine with it because she needs content too.
All press is good press.
I was gonna say the exact same thing.
All press is
good.
All press is good press.
And especially Blake, but I think by his own accord, has a legendary phallus. So, you want to speak to that?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. No, you don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, he does know I don't want to talk about
Got lots of miles on.
All right. Tell me when to stop.
it. Okay. No. You could have stopped about
15 inch? What?
Are you telling me you got a 3.5 foot dick?
No. It was funny. Today I was in the shower. Tonight I was in the shower, and she came to say that her and Eli were leaving, so she kind of pulls the curtain over, and she just goes, I'm getting ready to leave. And she looks down, and I go, I don't know. I hadn't seen it. I can't tell you if it's there or not. Because the abs are so...
Your abs are so strong from
if you
drinking.
quit doing these like inverted push-ups,
That's true.
you might have a
That's
better
the problem.
shot.
All the exercising I've been doing has been for Nell. Do you want to plug your site while you're on the?
Oh yeah.
It's www.pureromance.com/Molly Clayton.
And that's the traditional spelling of Molly and Clayton.
No, not Ann, just Molly Clayton.
Okay.
Yep. That's where you can find me. That's where you can order stuff, or you can just get in touch with me.
Do you have a promo code for a percentage off?
Yeah, it's IBWIP10. You get 10% off every order.
But that's only
Of
if you
$100 or more.
contact me.
And it's
can't
Molly
use it
Clayton
on-
at pureromance@gmail.com. What is it?
It's mollypureromance@gmail.com.
Nice. What's your most popular dildo? I'm asking for a friend. I'm my friend. I'm my own friend.
Well,
It's the big kahuna one. What's that one called? The one that the big go-getter.
You remember when you showed me all
you
your
really can't
dildos
put
with
me on the
Jacob?
spot right now. Yeah.
Yeah, how did that come about?
They asked.
And
Hey, we do have male masturbation sleeves, so
we already
No.
talked about that.
I think
This thing
that's a
sucks.
joke.
It sucks.
I believe Jacob said he uses one.
I think Jacob said he owned like a couple of.
Right. So
but
it's
it's Jacob.
To me, it's like, what is a fleshlight? A thing you can have sex with, and it's got a D battery and it has a light bulb on it. Just get rid of the battery. You're not fooling anyone. Just have sex with a tube
what do you need a D battery for?
Yeah, what's the light for?
to power. Well, it's called a fleshlight, right?
Right.
What do you need the light for?
I mean, does it
But is it not a functional flashlight?
No, it's not.
Well, then to take the word light off of it, that's embarrassing to me.
We just call it like a flesh knob.
So if the power goes out, I'm supposed to use this thing to find the...
If the power goes out, you have to get an erection. You have to put this thing on your phallus.
Just to be able to...
And then you have to go find your breaker.
The faster you do it, the brighter the light is.
It's like a gerbil running on the wheel.
There used to be a toy or something like that.
Huh?
There used to be a toy or something like that where you...
Where you jerked off and it made a bright light?
No, but the
guess,
faster you
I'll take
went,
two.
the brighter it got or something. I don't know. Never mind. I might be thinking of things.
Molly, let me ask you something a little more PC of nature. I apologize for both these guys.
Thank you. I appreciate
So
that.
we
Please
have a,
forgive us.
We have a policy. Well, I don't know if it's a policy so much. But what I just got done saying
Are
before
you
you
still
walked
doing
in-
your Samuel L. Jackson? We
No.
got a policy.
What's a policy?
No, it's probably just this Mike's Hard I'm drinking. If the underwear matches, sex was not his idea. Would you agree with that?
I would agree
For the most part?
for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Do
mean,
your underwear and your bra match right now?
nope.
Damn.
But
It's up to you, buddy. Make
but
it
I
happen.
mean, I guess.
I'm gonna take your advice from last week.
That's exactly right.
But yeah, I think that if you're just getting ready in the morning and you're just planning on going to work, there's really not much. You just
Throw it
grab
on.
a pair of
Grab
underwear and
whatever's-
a bra,
right.
and you
Right.
know. But like if you think you're going on a date,
Yep.
and there might be, you're gonna put on something matching.
How come,
I'd say that's been...
how come none of your stuff matches then?
Because I've been married for how many years? It's time to update.
My last question is: if a lady is matching her bra and underpants in hope for something physical to happen, what is the male equivalent to that?
Equipment.
Thank you very much. As a woman, what do you want to see a man do to prepare for physical activity?
At this point, just not piss me off.
Okay.
I love how you think this is hilarious. You're like, that's
The bar, man, you just gotta step over
You
it,
think
brother.
this is hilarious? This is his life. This is his everyday.
the thing I think that made Matt go over the edge laughing was he thought to himself, "That's what you get for telling the story about baby Jesus."
Don't stop talking about baby Jesus.
No, it was
Oh, boy.
it had a good positive ending to it.
I'd say they approached it with some respect, I guess, maybe is the word. I don't know.
I keep telling him
Yeah.
he needs to be respectful.
Yeah.
Did you watch the episode? Did you watch Birchum?
I did not.
Get the hell out of here.
Okay.
How was
Yeah.
how was your birthday? Did you like your birthday present? Because it's right now it's December 16th. Your birthday was 4 days ago. How do you like your birthday present that you got?
It's wonderful.
It's reactive.
Radioactive?
No, reactive.
Is there something I can get you for your birthday that you'd like?
a tattoo.
Of what?
Does he do the tattoo? Is that what it is?
No,
Can I do it?
no. Apparently, I got a bowling ball for my birthday, so I'd like a tattoo.
Where would you like it?
On my arm, just like right here.
And what would it be?
Big giant dildo that says pure romance on the side of it.
I can
How
tell
many
you
beers
right.
have you had?
This is only my third one of the whole night.
Well, that should be all you have.
Oh, the slamtastic.
Because sex.
All right, go get your body ready for him upstairs.
Hey, happy birthday again.
And happy birthday to you, of course.
You're
Your beer.
for drinking half.
I have one. I have one other thing I want to talk about real quick. Is that cool? Before we move on?
With Molly?
No, I don't want her.
Okay.
To get this.
All right. Bye, Molly.
I mean, she can chime in on it if you want.
You can sit here and drink that beer if you want. Just,
Okay,
you
so
can't talk.
Every couple weeks, I get together with Matt and his family, and we go out and eat somewhere usually,
right.
and it's been
Yeah.
great. I love it. I love getting together. I love seeing those kids, wonderful children, and I bring my daughter Lorelai, and I bring my girlfriend. Her name is Rachel. So we all get together, and usually we go eat somewhere. But I have a problem with what we're doing. Can I bring?
Please.
I have not brought
No,
this to your
it's
attention
good.
at all. This
It's
is
live.
New. This
Yeah,
is new.
Let's do it.
There needs to be some sort of seating chart etiquette.
Yep.
We probably abuse it, don't we?
No, it has nothing to do with. I think no one thinks about it. No one thinks about it. It's like, oh, now it's time for you to be seated at this restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Here we all just sit down, and everyone's like,
Like cattle, they just
we just all sit somewhere.
Yeah.
There needs to be not just for Matt and I, for everyone.
I kind of felt that too, though, at that church. I was trying to land in
I feel like
in
in
a
the church when
yeah.
we went to that Mexican restaurant in Westlake.
Yeah.
When we go to anywhere we go, there's enough of us to create a kerfuffle when having this is just a standardized seating chart we need to have. This is good information. You could apply it to anyone.
Does it change based on who the friends are that are like who's joining?
Keep your frenemies
Okay.
closer.
This is in general. This is what I think.
Right.
When we go sit somewhere,
Yep.
you and I should be across from each other.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Rachel and your wife Heather should be across from each other.
Okay.
And
So you're not talking across from each other. You're not crisscrossing applesauce.
And the kids
Right.
on the other side
the
of the
kids should be on the end or some like
on the other side of the restaurant.
because your son seems to have an affinity for Lorelai a little bit, right? And so they should sit next to each other. She likes having that little kid around. And
Yep.
we have chaos when it comes to seating charts.
Yeah, it's a rough landing.
It is.
It usually ends up fine, but it's a rough
And I
landing,
feel like
yeah.
if I were to say this out loud during the act of sitting at a restaurant, I would be a prick. But like I'm sure Molly and you and Blake would have the same experience. If you go out eating somewhere with a bunch of people, you're like, shouldn't there be some sort of organization with the seating chart based on who knows who
Mostly
and who talks to who?
for
be an
us,
app for that.
we don't. Our friends don't ask us to go to dinner ever, but we do have dinner with her family on occasion, and I completely agree that
There needs to be some organization there.
Right, because there are some people I don't want to sit by. There's some people I talk to. There's some people that want to yell at the person. You know, don't yell.
Yes.
Sit if you know this one person is going to yell and argue with this person. Sit them next to each other so it doesn't ruin everybody else's damn dinner.
I was at a Friendsgiving recently. My girlfriend's.
We've heard about those, haven't we, Molly?
You guys are probably not invited to any of them, but my
No, we got invited to one. We couldn't go.
my girlfriend, her sister has all these people that they have this big Friendsgiving at their house, and I sat at one end of the table, and my girlfriend sat at the other end of the table on the opposite
And
side.
you didn't know that
I
many
don't
people.
fucking know anyone there.
Oh, that's
that's-
crazy.
that's rough.
Now, obviously, I'm a very charming man. I made conversation. It wasn't a problem, but I could see it being a problem for other people. Don't look at the ceiling. You know I'm fucking charming. Okay.
By the way, you were talking about it, not me.
Absolutely. This is a problem, though, right? This is a point of etiquette that people skip over and just accept when we should be saying out loud, "Hey, before we sit down, let's come up with a plan here."
Sure.
Right?
You should have a plan before you even get in the restaurant.
No.
9 times out of 10, if you're at a restaurant,
Yeah.
you have to wait. Like if you have a larger group, you have to wait. That's when you whip out the app, the seating chart app.
Yeah.
You know, and you go.
Why not be an app?
Guys,
Why
let's-
not?
Let's just do it right now. Let's just,
Who's coming? Who knows who?
yeah,
Maybe, yeah. You know, this is great. Of course it's an app because let the app do the work for
Sure,
you.
sure.
Molly,
Then it's
why,
a neutral third party.
why
Yep.
do you
Yeah.
disagree with this, Molly?
oh, it's like got
I
parameters.
just don't think that. I mean, yeah. I guess if you need another app for something,
do you
want to
be
idea.
do you want to be stranded at the end of a table not knowing anyone?
No, but you go walking into a dinner, you walk in with a group of people, you are with your girlfriend / husband, you stay next to them and you sit next to them. It shouldn't be that damn difficult.
So you're saying it was
It
his,
is though. It is.
Are you saying it was his
shouldn't be,
girlfriend's
but it
fault
is.
for sitting somewhere where
It's not her fault.
She chair blocked him?
No, she had nothing to do with it. It wasn't her fault at all.
No, but like if
What
you
do you
walk
think
in,
about
I
this?
would say, well, I can only speak from my side of things. With the kids, it's often like, how can I get the? Because Jay, you and I usually work out the when and where,
Right.
and so it would make sense that you and I are going to sit across from each other and catch up.
But that doesn't always happen.
doesn't always happen. But with the kids, I don't want to leave Heather with the bag if they're having a moment. So it's like almost they should go in between.
That's fine.
Heather,
I'm fine with
kids,
that.
Me.
That makes sense, but you have to be across from the person that you're most likely to talk to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
There has to be some sort of level of comfortability with the person you're talking. If there are kids there, absolutely put them in the equation. Put them in the middle if they need attended to by both parties of the parents. Absolutely.
Yep.
But do you agree with what I'm saying? Am I crazy here?
I don't think so.
Is
because
this dog brothel level of crazy?
no, I mean
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, Eli's 12, and we still put him in between us because it's easier for
We can need to slap him.
well that, and it's easier for the servers. And you can sit down in your like individual groups, and then when you are done eating and you want to converse and have a great time, then you can get up and mingle and change seats. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I would think it's easier.
That's a really good point, though. Towards after, I don't know how long you're there. After the first 30 minutes, if it's one of those spaces, you could get up. You can move around. You could shuffle. Yeah.
I'm glad you guys kind of, because I'm not trying to approach this as from the point of view of a crazy person. I'm just trying to say that these are social faux pas that aren't necessarily always addressed, and I think they should be. Don't you?
I don't necessarily think it's something that needs to be addressed. I mean, if it's upsetting and frustrating to you, maybe you could talk to Rachel and then be like, hey, I want to sit next to you. And then everybody else falls in line. Or you don't have to worry about it because then you're sitting next to your woman.
I'm starting the conversation. Something that is just swept under the rug or said, hey, no, this is how it's going to be. No, this is, sit here, sit there. No one says anything about it. I have the guts to speak up.
If it wasn't for somebody saying, hey, we can go to the moon, we would have never have went.
I am that man. I am that man.
This will be the next space race.
Jeez.
Ladies and gentlemen.
You want to hang out for the rest of the show, Molly?
No, I'm good. Have a good night.
All right, good
Matt,
night.
can you
See ya,
have
Molly.
Eli bring me a beer?
Just drink this one.
Well,
I barely drank it.
We'll be done in about 45 minutes. Have a sandwich ready for me, please.
Yeah, okay. I got some budding meat.
Goodbye. Today we discussed the pilot episode of Birchum from the year of our Lord 2000 plus 12. Great year.
2012. Let's take it back old school.
Please, let's kick it old school.
How old were you in 2012?
I was 31.
31.
Yeah.
So that means I was 37.
Oh, easily.
Right?
If not older.
No, that's not right. Yeah, 37. I was 37. And how many years ago? So I hadn't met Molly. Ooh, that was right before I met Molly, maybe?
You know what I've wanted to ask, because this always comes up.
Here we go.
Is it January 1st of the year that
It's
you're
the January
asking?
1st. Yeah, no, it's January. Because if
Otherwise,
we
it
get,
seems-
you get 3 or 4 people in here.
We don't
Yeah,
have that
it gets
kind
all
of time.
twisted.
Yeah,
We don't have
like
that
his birthday's October, mine's March, yours is
30
January.
years old then. 30 for me.
We'll just say, here is the year. You had a birthday in that year.
Birthday.
What year old did you turn during that year? And that's it. And you say 30?
Well, I turned... Yes, turned 30.
Damn it.
What's damn it?
No, yeah, so I guess me and Molly were together, right? Because we've been together 8 years.
I don't know.
So
Why does it
Yeah.
feel like longer? You guys
oh,
maybe
God,
have
it
that...
feels like fucking longer. Man.
So I met you in
I feel like,
probably
it was,
I
I feel
just
like it was
mean you have the
18
rapport.
I feel like
Yeah.
it was 1862.
I met you in like 2010 or 11. And
I wasn't married to Carrie Ann. No, because you would have been there for me when I got
Well,
divorced.
I started CAT in 2010, and I
Oh,
left in
I was-
2013. So I met you sometime in there.
And I was with Molly the whole time. 'cause
Were you married in 07 when you and I met? When we
Yes.
first met in supply chain? Who were you?
Yeah, I was married to Carrie Ann.
Okay.
Yeah.
Carrie Ann.
I just don't remember. I
More
don't
like
think we...
bitch.
Carrie Ann.
All right, let's get focused, guys. We got stuff to do.
All right.
Got some ground to cover here.
2012. It was 7 years ago. I know it doesn't feel like that, but it was. It
Yeah.
was 7 years ago. And it's
I was
not
with
2012 now.
Molly.
You were with Molly.
That's back when she was having sex with me on the regs.
Let's go back to 2012. In our minds. And to do so, we'll talk about things that happened that year. Things such as December 12th, Google begins selling $99 laptops. Do you remember that?
Nope. I don't remember.
I
any.
don't recall that.
I bet they didn't.
All right.
Jason still has his.
That sounds like someone doing a bad impression of Matthew McConaughey.
It's from the movie. It's from the movie.
From which movie?
It's from the movie he said that in.
Dallas Buyers Club?
No, the smoking.
You know,
movie.
do you remember when he said that in Interstellar?
No, I never
He's
saw
like,
it.
the space
Let's show
captain,
some respect.
the space
I love
captain
that.
was like, "Hey, how was your trip?" He's like, "It was all right. It was all right. It was all right."
Oh, and
What's
you
that movie with Sarah Jessica Parker? I think that's what it was
Hope
from.
floats.
No, it was
Speaking of which,
failure to launch.
Before we get any further, Matt, I
you,
want
me,
to
and Dupree.
talk about this superhero bull crap that you guys all you superhero nerds.
Hit me.
I finally watched a Marvel movie the other day.
On
That's
Disney
about as many
Plus?
as I've watched.
The first one I ever watched.
Which one did you watch?
This is another thing where me and Matt are going to agree. Okay. Marvel movies are a waste of time. I watched Captain Marvel. It was the stupidest 2 hours of my life.
That's a bad one to start off.
They had the volume super loud when everybody's fighting, but when they're having a conversation where you
Yeah.
need to know what's going on,
Yeah.
then they talk like this all the time.
Why do you bring this up? So you never watch? Why did you
fired
decide?
up.
Okay, you don't like Marvel movies. You always say nerds, superheroes, nerds, dumb. What's that guy? Travis Heimel creates comic books. He listens to the show. He doesn't like it when you call those kind of people nerds.
He's never told me that.
Why did you decide to watch a Marvel movie?
Because we got the Disney Plus app.
Oh, you did?
Seems
And
like
I
a
said,
weak
I
excuse.
said, Eli, what do you...
Watching Fantasia?
No, but I have watched the first 3 episodes of Imagineers, which is interesting.
They just did the last one. Did you know that? I think they just did the actual last live performance of that
Live performance.
down in Orlando. A coworker of mine, I'm not sure if it was the Imagineers, but there was a last live performance of one of these shows. I think that might have been it. That was down in Orlando.
And that Mandalorian thing is dumb too.
Oh, Star Wars Mandalorian?
Yeah, I don't like it. Anyway, let's just go.
Mangolorian.
Mango. There's an N in there. I know. I saw the title screen. There's an N in there.
Mongolorian.
Anyway, what happened?
Are you watching Disney Plus?
No, but I feel like it's almost like kind of closing in on me, the number of people that are, especially at work. It's coming up a lot.
Yeah, just get somebody's.
It's insane. First of all, Disney owns everything.
Yes, they do.
They have an incredible back catalog. We talked about this last episode, how they're not necessarily utilizing all of it, but they're maybe like piecing it out.
I'm buying Disney stock tomorrow. Is what
You
happened.
probably should. It's $6.99 a month, which is crazy.
We'll see, but yeah, and
They're calling that a promo price, though, aren't they?
I'm sure they are. I'm
Yeah.
sure in a
Oh,
year
yeah.
or two
It's
it'll
gonna be-
rock it
yeah.
up to $10 or $12
Yeah.
bucks. But to start off at $6.99 is insane. And for people who have unlimited Verizon data like me, it's free for the first year.
Well, and here's what got me is what I originally was going to do, because they also had a package where if you have Hulu, but it was a Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus.
I heard about
$12.99.
that. Yep.
And I was going to do that, but then when Verizon says, "Hey, you can have Disney for free for a year," why would I? I already have
Sprint
Hulu.
offers us like a Hulu plan. We've never used it. We have
love
Netflix
Hulu.
and we have Prime. And
I
those
love-
are the two.
I don't have
you
Prime.
Like, okay.
I don't Prime.
You're not an Amazon Prime?
No, actually, my wife is, but we never watch it.
Hulu
I don't
is-
understand it.
It's decent. We like it.
The great thing that Hulu has a leg up on everything is that it's network television available on demand the next day.
Yep.
Yeah.
No one else has that.
Yep.
That's the great
That's
thing
their
about
niche.
Hulu.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's good. Hulu is very good. I love Hulu.
I digress. I
To-
apologize.
December 11th on 2012, British physicist Stephen Hawking wins the $3 million Fundamental Physics Prize, the most lucrative academic prize in the world. What do you got here? Is this bothering you? Wow, he is drunk. That guy is he's fucking wasted.
No, that's one of the reasons why it's crooked. I'm not drunk at all.
That guy's wasted.
I wouldn't do that to Matt. I have too much respect for him.
I don't know. Stephen Hawking, he's dead now.
Yeah.
rest in
R.I.P.
peace.
What?
Rest in Parkinson's, right?
Was it Parkinson's? I don't know what it was.
He had a degenerative disease. I'm not sure it was Parkinson's, though.
What does a guy like Stephen Hawking do with a $3 million Fundamental Physics Prize? What do you do with that?
It's just bragging rights. It's just FU money.
Wouldn't you put that towards trying to start the singularity so you could put yourself into a physical body?
2045.
Yeah, that's the date. It's definitely happening by 2045.
No, there's a 2045 conference that happens every single year that I'm sure he had either contributed to or on some level his work
Well,
was
I was listening to the
influencing.
Joe Rogan program, and he told me by 2045 we were all going to be in the singularity. Suspended animation is a real
start
thing
at
now.
Denny's.
Yeah. It starts at Denny's, and it branches out from there. Where we have suspended animation. As soon as you die, you can put yourself in that, and if you can last to 2045, you'll become part of the singularity. And
We're all gonna
and you'll
be
live
like
forever.
Kang from Krang. What's the
You talking about the Ninja Turtles guy, the brain?
Shredders.
You're talking about the brain with arms and the huge body.
What they call him though? Kang?
It was, I think it was Krang.
Krang or
it was
something
it was
like that.
Kraang.
Yeah.
You remember Krang?
No.
Yes, you do.
That's how I see this.
Fucking yes, you do. Yes, you do. Is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle enemy.
I don't. And
That's how I see the
actually-
singularity. Is we're all gonna be rolling
Actually, the
around.
last 5 minutes of what you guys have been talking about, I have no idea what the
We're
hell.
all Krang. All of us are Krang.
We'll all be Krang in 2045.
We'll all be Krang.
You gonna get it? She gonna be mad.
You're gonna get it. Get it?
I hope so. High five that.
High
To
five.
say, it's that time of the month.
December 20th.
I got a cold. It's that time of the month. Oh, my leg hurts.
Apple-
I'm like, how much shit could go wrong with you in 1 month?
For you? Ooh. December 20th, Apple is denied a patent for mobile pinch-to-zoom gestures by the U.S. Patent
Is it the with your fingers on the phone? Really? They
I
get
think so.
denied?
Did they say who owned it? Who had the patent?
I think
They're saying that they wouldn't patent it.
I think that they would not patent it. But why not?
You can't patent a gesture, can you?
Ah, boy,
It's
that's
free
a good
speech.
question.
I guess the long. Texas Longhorns probably.
But that also means Satan.
No.
And it also means I love you in sign language.
Yeah, that's how Danzig did it.
Yeah. Danzig is like 5'3".
No.
Yes, for real.
I've seen pictures of him.
Oh, I'm sure that you have. Danzig from the Misfits is like famously like crazy short.
And
On Aqua Teen, he's
And
ripped.
his first name is Glenn.
and
Yeah,
and
it's
also
Glenn Danzig.
He's very famous for buying cat litter.
I don't know what's
You
that.
never
mean?
seen the meme of him carrying cat
From a grocery
No, I
store?
haven't.
I've seen it.
I
yeah,
thought it was
I've
a
seen
good.
it.
I thought it was a good.
He
joke.
doesn't look healthy in that picture at all.
Oh no, he's not healthy.
He's lived a very hard life. He's probably
It's a hard knock life.
he's north
Glenn
of 55.
Yeah.
And he's a guy.
5'3"?
He's right around. Like he is obnoxious. He's like Tom Cruise level short. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only if she's 5'3". That's probably why he wears black and a big belt buckle.
Because that all of that elongates you, right? I don't know about you guys, but I am safely and securely back in 2012.
Barely. Yeah.
Matt, do you know why we chose to watch Birchum?
I might have an idea.
Hit me.
So, number one, it
Wait,
was...
hold on. Should I play some music while you do it?
Could you?
Well, let's see here. Here we go.
Welcome to Matt Lives, the world's
I don't know how to
only
perform with
wordcast.
this.
The audio version
I
of
would
your
say
favorite
that,
childhood word
number
game.
one,
And now,
it must
the
not have
math
had...
behind
It
Matt
must
Lives.
not have had
Matthew
more than
Phillips.
one episode.
Okay.
It had to be free, because we don't got a budget for that.
That's right.
And it had to be available online. How'd I do?
You nailed it.
Nailed it. I don't think I've missed one of those. I don't mean to...
Brag on yourself a little
I don't
bit,
mean to
sir.
brag.
No, absolutely.
The only
brag.
part that you mess up is that you don't say taint your experience.
Did
Oh
I
wait,
say-
that's not. Never mind.
didn't say-
That's a different.
Did I say
bit.
taint?
That's a different bit.
Welcome.
Sorry.
So where can you find?
I'll be sure to not say it then.
Where can you find the entire episode of Birchum for yourself? Well, you can do so by subscribing to Couch Pilots and SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes, or go to YouTube, Matt.
And you'll know what to do, tubes.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff.
Your drop game has just...
This
on
show
this
is-
show really has taken
You know what?
off.
This show is
because I'm
fun.
his Yoda.
The drop game... Were you the drop Yoda?
Oh yeah.
Drop Bear, Drop Yoda.
The Baron drop Yoda?
This show's fucking retarded.
Hey.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hello, sir. I'm sorry for cursing. I didn't know you were there.
Thank you.
Come here.
Will you get Jason the last one out of here?
Come here. No, I'm not drinking anymore.
What?
I just want to say hi. Good to see you, buddy. We have rehired Eli, not as the baggage boy, but part of our head of our security.
Yeah, head of security for sure.
Someone's gotta do it.
Scott wasn't handling it. He was wearing a uniform wasn't fitting, and
This is what Scott would do. He would go home and he would just eat like 7 or 8 CBD gummies and just pass away.
right. Pass away. You mean pass out?
Matt, have you tried CBD?
I've used CBD oil, but not CBD
Has it
gummies.
worked for you?
It takes the edge off. I would say... I don't think... So Heather's tried it. She doesn't like it. Well,
Yeah.
It's not that she doesn't like it. She just says it doesn't do anything.
I've tried it on my bowling arm, my bowling hand, and it's just too greasy for me.
So yours is more like a topical. Mine was... Oh, wait, what do you...
Yeah, mine was
yours is-
topical.
yeah, so mine was oral. I knew that'd get you.
That's not funny.
I knew that'd get
Whatever
you.
you guys are saying right
You know
now,
what?
it's not funny.
You know what? Let's have some...
I'm a topical. He's an oral.
have a sense of propriety. Yeah.
Oral.
Aurora Borealis.
But I buy it local. So
Sure,
'cause
there you go.
This stuff's not regulated.
No.
I mean they could be lacing it with you know what.
PCP.
Yeah, PCP.
yeah, you know me.
BCP.
You want to regulate. You always want to regulate.
Yeah.
Me and Warren G did anyway. Summary of the pilot. Curmudgeon high school shop teacher Birchum speaks his mind, and it often gets him in trouble. Blake,
That's like a C. I mean, it's very vague. It has nothing to do
You've
with
got
what we
such
watch.
a narrow window of hitting that A, don't you?
He
I'm
does.
not sure I've been on an episode where that got an A.
how many times have you hit that A?
Oh, baby, I haven't hit that A since 1994.
Do you want to grade this, Matt?
Boy, I don't know. That's a tall order because I know Blake's going to judge me over
You
here.
Yeah,
mean-
there's a
you
lot of
mean-
consequences.
It's a
for
Glenn
it.
Danzig order.
It's the Glenn Danzig order.
It's the anti-Danzig.
It's pretty short and sweet, which I feel like, yeah, Blake already gave it a C. I don't know. C+.
Okay.
I'm not impressed with it.
Here's the truth. I can't find anything about this pilot, so I created that. And that's a really that's a blow to my self-esteem. The C is what that is.
You know, that's funny because I went on IMDb and it didn't have a rating. I should have looked into it more.
You know what I think is funny? It's interesting facts.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Interesting Facts. My name is Paul Heyman, and my client, the Black Captain, is going to give you some interesting facts. Shut your mouths. Do not express your opinion to others. It will taint their experience. And since he couldn't find anything...
You said taint that time.
Oh, that's what it was.
That's where you said taint.
That'd be a good name for the episode. That's where you said taint. I have a podcast which I didn't promote last week, but
that's right. Let's promote that at the end of that episode.
One of the upcoming episodes is called "Cute Game, Bitch."
Can we pressure Matt into be on that show?
I would love it.
Would you do it, Matt?
What are we talking about here?
He does. Do you know about his bowling show?
I
that he
do,
has?
because I see the... I kind of catch
Instagram?
highlights on Facebook and maybe Twitter.
Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram.
I don't have a Twitter for it.
Would you be on that show? Would you go bowling?
For sure. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
a
I've seen
great
the
program.
owner of the bowling alley has
Stephanie.
been on it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's great.
She's been on it a few times.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but here's some facts that you dug up about this pilot.
An awful
Sorry.
nice setup there. A longtime caller to popular Los Angeles radio station K-Rock, Adam Carolla, was pushed to develop a bit for K-Rock by Jimmy Kimmel, whom Adam was training for boxing at the time, while Jimmy was the sports guy on K-Rock. The bit turned into Mr. Birchum. Uh-oh. Beep! Ooh, hold on.
Can we bleep that?
Stop talking about my wife.
Who was a misogynistic, xenophobic Vietnam vet with PTSD who taught shop at a local high school. He called into K-Rock to teach lessons because he assumed his students were listening. Carolla did the shtick without pay for 1 year. It was hilarious, and it caught on. Mr. Birchum launched Adam Carolla's career. Fact.
I was going to say something,
Mr. Birchum launched Carolla's career? I feel like he would predate that.
This is the mid-'90s.
Okay.
This is the mid-'90s. This is a character that, like I said, he called into a radio station pretending to be this character in the mid-'90s.
But it was part of the... Well... Was it part of the Man Show yet, or does the Man Show...
No,
Man Show is early to mid-aughts.
Yeah, so...
Okay.
Mr. Birchum was then used in the Comedy Central show
Crank Yankers.
Fact. The pilot was uploaded to YouTube, but much to Adam Carolla's chagrin, was removed in June of 2012. It has since been reposted.
Of course it has.
The show was produced by Fox, as well as John Altshuler and Dave Krinsky, who previously worked on Mike Judge's 13-year blue-collar opus, King of the Hill. Also on the production teams were Three Arts, a frequent Parks and Recreation contributor, and Jack Hole Productions, founded by Carolla, and frequent collaborator Jimmy Kimmel. Fact.
What are you going to say?
I will say this. The pilot went unaired. Interesting facts over.
I didn't know that.
I feel like I was going to add some commentary. I just didn't know where I was going to place it.
Oh, go ahead right now,
I kid
please.
you not. I was going to say at some point tonight that this had a very King of the Hill
very much
feel
so.
to it.
The animation, it felt similar.
Middle America, Midwest, shop, small town, small school.
Quickly drawn.
Yeah.
Not
Yes.
quickly, but I mean...
In the same style, though.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, those are great observations.
I would also describe it as Bill Burr's cartoon way before Bill Burr's cartoon.
I've never
was on.
Seen this. What is it
I was
called?
going to say, I'm not sure.
I
F is for Family? Something
Yeah,
like that?
it's not good.
I've not seen it. That's on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Twitter responses.
Twitter responses. I wonder if Jason got some Twitter responses.
Can't do it.
Yes, actually, I did get
What?
a Twitter response this
What?
week.
What?
Go to twitter.com and check out Couch Pilots. We're right there. I always say to the creators, the writers, the actors, directors, producers of any program that we watch, I say, greetings from the Couch Pilots podcast. We talk about TV shows that had only one episode. Next up for us is Birchum. We're just excited to watch it, and we're wondering if you had any fun or interesting info you wanted to share. Thanks. Hope to hear from you. And I sent this. This is a thing where very few times we've
Right.
watched a pilot where it's not on IMDb. And I'll be completely honest. I go to IMDb, and it shows you everything you need to know about everyone involved with the show. It's not on IMDb.
It's on IMDb, but there's nothing there.
I did not see
No,
that.
I found it on IMDb.
Well, then
there was no rating or anything, but I found it on it.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it under?
I think I put like Birchum TV or something like that.
And it showed Adam Carolla on there? Okay, because I seriously could not find it on there. If you did, then God bless you.
You give me $1?
Yeah, sure.
Will you make me holler?
I'll make you holler, I suppose. Sure. But what I know about this is that it was created by Adam Carolla. I believe Pam Adlon was in it. She was Bobby Hill in the Mike Judge series, King of the Hill. She's also been in plenty of other things. I'm sure you'd recognize her. So I reached out to the very few people that I knew were involved with this, and thankfully, the person that you want to respond did, and that was Adam Carolla. I sent that to him, and he says, "Thanks, enjoy it." So 3 words, but thank you.
How about that, though?
Yeah. It's on there.
It says the Birchums. Who's on? Who's it show? Does it show Adam Carolla as part of the cast?
That's the wrong cartoon. Never mind.
Oh, there you go. And so after he says, "Thanks, enjoy it," I said, "Hey, thanks for responding, Adam. I've been looking forward to this one as I'm a longtime listener of ACS, Adam Carolla Show. It's a podcast that he has." I said, "I'm psyched to catch the 24-hour war on Netflix." Adam Carolla, oddly enough, not only has a podcast that's wildly popular, but also has a series of serious documentaries that have been released on chassis.com as well as Netflix about racing. Paul Newman.
Okay.
There's a film out with Christian
Yeah, he's
Bale.
big into cars and racing. Yeah,
like
now that
Ford versus Ferrari. I
Right.
think
That is a film out right now with Christian Bale and Matt Damon. But he made a movie called The 24-Hour War that came
About
out
that race.
a few years before that.
Really?
So he knows all about Shelby. And then I says, "Well, thank you very much. Keep a lookout for Shelby American," is his response.
Okay.
And I said, "Hell yeah. Keep up the great
You
work."
said hell yeah to Adam Carolla.
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Why not? What else?
You're not
would I
talking
say?
to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I don't give a shit. What about me and Adam Carolla gonna become best friends? Who gives a shit?
Oh, didn't he also for a while like on like one of those he had like a home improvement contract? It's something to do with contractors.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was called Catch a Contractor. It was where he was in the Los Angeles area.
Catching people that were shitty contractors.
Absolutely, yes. And he gave him an opportunity to fix what they had done or face consequences.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
cool.
That was like in the To Catch a Predator, the same vein as that.
Yeah, it's I mean, you're trying to catch wood either way.
My goodness. Good Lord. Are you happy with that?
Huh?
Are you going to go to bed and look at yourself in the
I feel
mirror?
like we
and
need
you're
to go out and
Go out and what?
No, it was funny because
I don't
it
know.
was called To Catch a Predator.
yes.
And his was called Catch a Contractor.
Yes.
But a lot of people thought it was called To Catch a Contractor. but you're right. It was very...
Was wood involved in both of them? Yes. Did the joke land? No. Does it happen once in a while? Yes. Does it matter to me? No.
Do you ask questions and answer them yourself? Yes.
Does anybody talk to me? No.
Here's your aviation question for the day. Well, first of all, thank you, Adam Carolla.
Yeah,
Did
thanks.
you talk
No,
to
seriously.
someone about it? Yes.
No, thanks to Adam Carolla. That's pretty cool.
This is kind of a testament to, even though he gave us only like 2 or 3 word answers.
It's still
That's the highest profile celeb that's
maybe
no.
Louis
Maybe.
Anderson.
That's funny you say Louis Anderson because I really think that, but I don't think that's right.
Michael
but
Ian
I did
Black.
that did come across. No,
Yeah.
that Louis Anderson's bigger than Michael Ian Black.
Okay.
But that's really weird that you thought
of the three
that's
Louis,
really thought
of
you
the
were.
3 Louis, the one that I don't know.
3 Louis. Who's the other 2 Louis?
Louis.
Louis, Mo, and Curly.
Did you say Mel and Louis, Mel, and Curly and Curry, the 3 Stooges.
I think that was the original name of the 3 wise men, I think.
Louis, Mel, and Curry.
I brought you
They
intimacy.
brought the gold
a golf
Frankenstein and Murr.
Frankenstein.
Hates cholera.
Why would you bring Frankenstein to baby Jesus?
Hey, why the hell not, right?
You would think we were worried about eating him.
Like to pay his respect.
Oh,
Definitely
boy.
bring a blanket. They're in the cold. Bring a blanket, bring some candles,
Right.
and bring some bourbon for Joseph, right?
That's exactly right. Here is your aviation question of the day.
Matt, I'm undefeated. I've never gotten one of these wrong, just so you know.
Let's see it.
Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird is the world's fastest plane. What Mach number did it fly at?
I know this.
Now Mach. I will do a little precedent if you don't mind. Mach is a 1 through 5 scale. the 10th decimal point in play, and the 10th decimal point being just that first digit after the decimal point. Matt, do you have a guess?
5. Mach 5.
4.9.
That's exactly right. Blake's exactly right.
Is it really?
Blake has not missed one yet. I don't know how. I mean, I know he's an ace pilot.
Hey, I mean, I like to brag, but I mean, I fly this plane. I do everything in the middle because you get everything. You get it up.
You do everything in the middle,
and then you bring it back down.
That's exactly.
But
right.
we recently painted a big section of the windshield because of the sun, and we're doing fine.
That's 100%.
Don't laugh, Matt. We painted on the outside, not the inside.
Yeah,
Duh.
yeah, we're not stupid.
we're not idiots.
All right, let's go ahead and put 10 minutes on the clock, and let's break down.
Flying.
Shh. We don't want people to know they're in danger with listening to this show.
Birchum by Adam Carolla is a cartoon. Never went to series. It's only a little over 9 minutes long.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and break this down. Matt, would you start us off?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. I think from the top of the show, you've got, isn't it?
It's the high school, George Washington Carver High School.
Yeah.
This whole show to me is a commentary on PC, people being overly sensitive. And it starts out with, this was George Washington High School, home of the Braves, and the sign has been changed to George Washington Carver, home of the Vikings.
Yes.
The sign has been altered to appease the PC people of the world.
Yes. And it even kind of, there's bookends there, right? Because I'll fast forward to the ending and then we can work our way back.
Sure.
But, towards the end, he's going through some sensitivity training. So I feel like it's underlining his lack thereof.
Oh,
absolutely.
very much so.
So
he is an old school man's man.
yes. And I feel like, it's almost a way to introduce this brand of comedy that might not fly in a monologue or stand up, but it's said through the mouthpiece of this King of the Hill style character.
Yeah.
And he's this school teacher that has a classroom full of impressionable young minds, and he's just trying to influence them, or I don't know.
I think he's already given up.
Maybe he's just jaded.
Because him and another teacher, it's the first day of school, kids are coming in.
Oh, is it the first day? I didn't
Yeah,
know.
no,
I
it's
didn't catch
first
that
day of
either.
school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kids are coming in, and
makes
him and
sense.
another teacher are looking. Don. They're not afraid of us anymore. They're not afraid of adults. They're not
And
afraid
there's this whole alligator bit that
Yeah.
they go through.
He
It's
says-
animated and
Usually the phrase is, hey, this has gone the way of the dodo to describe something that has gone away. But he says, we've gone the way of the crocodile.
That's it.
And it did kind of like almost like a Family Guy or whatever you want, kind of flashback or jump to another thing where we saw like a tribal village no longer scared of alligators.
and like a crocodile Dundee.
and they're like sitting on their
yes.
backs or something like that. Yeah.
the Crocodile Dundee or the Crocodile Hunter saying, we've mastered these animals. We're no longer scared of them. And that's who we are. We're the teachers, and the kids are no longer scared of us.
right. Yeah, for sure. And he's a shop class teacher.
Yeah, wood shop. Remedial wood, right?
What'd he say? He said, growing up, another kid's dad could hit me.
And if you want to remind me later,
It was when I was growing up. A kid's dad could hit me.
I think that's what he
Something
said.
like that. Yeah.
If you want to remind me after we're done with this, I have an Adam Carolla story about that.
Okay.
Anyway, in wood shop, Remedial Wood, he said, hey, we got a seating chart. It's usually by name. I don't do it that way. I do the fat kids in the middle and the spindly kids around the edge.
Okay.
So when the fire alarm goes, we can get out of here in an orderly fashion. It's smart.
Oh yeah.
He said once the lacquer goes up in flames, he doesn't
Yeah,
want
right.
a fiery grave.
And he catches one of the punk kids on his phone. He kind of confronts him, and then he starts the safety video, which we find that he is missing fingers, or the character is missing fingers.
The character
in
is,
the video?
It's a cartoon plank of wood who's the host of the video.
Yeah, and he's Blood on the Bandsaw is the name of the safety video.
Yep.
And that's like the classic bit, right? Like for a shop class teacher, you've got to teach somebody's
That
got
or
a missing finger.
like driver's ed, we show some horrible car wreckage video. It's some way to scare the kids into respecting the equipment or the vehicle they're about to
the power they're going to yield.
Yes. So while that video is going on, it's a projection on a screen. Birchum steps out, right?
Yeah, and he sees a principal coming down the hall, and she's a badass lady, and there's some drug-sniffing dogs, we think, but he's like, thank God. He's like, thank God, the drug-sniffing dogs, get some of these fuckers out of here. And they end up sniffing all the way to his desk, and they find, what do they find? Marijuana? Cocaine?
No. They find a peanut butter sandwich.
Ugh.
It's funny, too, because while they're looking, the video's still going on, and kids are watching, like, digits being sawed off of people, and children are puking in the glass.
Yes.
And I on this peanut butter thing, it does, like, that does resonate. Like, when we were growing up, did you ever hear of anybody allergic to peanut butter or peanuts? I never did. Never did. We had peanut butter sandwiches in the high school cafeteria all the time. Yeah. I never heard of it before.
Yeah.
In this day and age, there are some places where peanuts or peanut butter is outlawed.
Get your fucking kids immunized.
No, I think it's about exposing children early on to things so they can build an immunity to it versus like
resistance to it.
Yeah.
So there's no peanuts.
Like physical abuse or
he's like, I'm in trouble for a peanut butter sandwich. He looks out the window. He's like, the name of the high school is George Washington Carver. Like, all that guy did was peanuts.
Right.
That guy was a human peanut.
Yeah, and so the kid that was on the phone
was
like
Mr. Peanut.
Yeah,
he turned into Mr. Peanut famously.
And the kid that had the phone was like looked it up on the internet, on his internet.
Yeah, he's like he didn't create peanut butter per se.
And so anyway. It's just a kid being a smart ass.
So Birchum gets in trouble with the principal, and then he ends up going home, and his wife arrives at the same time. And this is the only other character I know. I believe his wife was Pam Adlon.
Okay.
Which, do you guys know Pam Adlon?
Mm-mm.
Okay. She works closely with Louis C.K. on a lot of things. She was in The Facts of Life. Again, she was Bobby Hill in King of the Hill.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I wonder if she's ever been seen as penis.
I'm sure she has. She's getting ready for Katie's birthday, which is her daughter.
And she seems a lot younger than him.
She does.
The character seems a lot younger.
The animation, the character.
Because this is not his first marriage. We find out very quickly.
It's his stepdaughter. I think we're about to meet. Yeah.
So they're there. And they're arguing about Katie's birthday party for the gift bags.
He's cheap. He's like, why do kids need gift bags?
They're coming to a party already. They're gonna have fun. They're gonna have cake and ice cream. What do they need gift bags for? Right. Why are we doing this? Am I cheap for not doing it? Absolutely. Please spread the word that I'm cheap.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, so then they go in the kitchen and
we meet Katie.
I think his wife has the daughter.
Yes.
And his wife has the son.
Right.
That's at least the impression they give you.
And his son is Jack. And how would you describe Jack, Matt?
I'd say Jack would be the uninspired
goth.
Yeah, well, maybe just kind of either checked out or
freeloader.
No initiative. Walks in and it's 3:00 in the afternoon and he's just starting breakfast.
Well, I'd be just starting breakfast too if that smoke show of a girl came out in my.
Blake, I wrote the word goth too. You're going to want to high five that shit.
Did you also write the word booby bump?
I wrote lazy.
But
he's an
goth
emo.
travels like with other goth, and she walked out and she was not goth.
No, she was not goth.
I wrote he looks goth, emo. He's lazy.
Emo, I'll give you.
And then I wrote some smoking hot broad walks through the kitchen and kisses Jack on her way out. And she's wearing Mark Nearly Naked Nothing, right?
Sure. But I like Katie because, ironically, although Katie is his stepdaughter, she is a lot like him. She's like all about America, and she's So and he loves her,
she's a rebel.
Yeah, he can't stand his son, but
she is without a doubt. And I wrote this before he even said it. She is the son that he never had. And he ends up saying exactly that later.
That's right.
Anyway,
I actually wrote that too. Son I never had.
Birchum he's got to go to sensitivity training.
Was it because of the peanut butter?
I think so.
Yeah.
I can imagine it was a cumulative behavior, but I think it probably
on the first day of school.
On the first day of school, I got busted with peanut butter.
At the sensitivity training, there's like a circle of chairs with this kind of touchy-feely guy asking about times people have been insensitive. So he comes to Birchum and says, "Hey, have you ever had a time where you've been sensitive?" And he recalls 3 different things.
But the whole time he's going, no, I don't think so.
Well, he's saying and then no. But what are the things he's thinking of?
It's his assessment of those things where he says no.
Right. One of them was like he was having a conversation with 2 gay guys trying to figure out which one was top and which one was bottom.
And saying that's a lazy way to put it. Why not put it tumbler and coaster? Right.
Right.
That one was to be honest, that one was kind of lost on me. I listened to it again on the way here, so I'll often watch the show and then I'll listen to it on the way to your place.
Okay.
But that one still didn't sink in for me. I didn't get that. The top and the bottom.
I think he was just
saying. I thought it was hilarious. That was probably one of the funniest parts.
It was silly. It was basically saying, why is it a top and the bottom? You're on top of his bottom having sex with him.
Sure.
But why that's pretty on the nose. Why don't you be creative about coming up with a way to say it and call it a tumbler and a coaster?
I thought it was more so he was pointing out like what they were wearing because in the scene he was it kind of seemed to me that he was pointing out more so what they were wearing.
And there was an interaction with a black person, and then there was also interaction with like a 7-Eleven kind of.
The 7-Eleven guy I think was maybe that. Ed Herman, maybe? No. It's some guy from Mad TV. I think that was his voice. I can't remember his name.
He had a short bit then. Yeah.
Very short.
And then the next scene, he's in class, and he's like, all right, everybody, work on this project, and hopefully you don't, kill yourselves. And he goes into the room, and you think he turns on a tape player and starts playing Leonard Skinner, and you think he's gonna like snort huff some paint,
lacquer, yeah.
And he ends up just opening it's like a trap bottle or something. And he's got a Payday candy bar. Yeah, and he like sniffs it, and he's like, he's just trying to that's his drug. That's his way to escape is a candy bar and Leonard Skinner.
And as it's happening, the camera pans out, and we hear those peanut sniffing dogs barking, a knock on the door. And him saying,
they're looking for that payday.
He's like, you can't come in here without a respirator. And that was the end. That's all there was said.
It was quick.
Yeah. It was good, too.
Kind of like sex with me.
But it was I got pills for that.
Hey, I just got bifocals. I'm easing into it. Would you mind? I'm having trouble with the bifocals.
Yeah. 9 minutes.
But thanks for caring.
Matt, why don't you think Birchum worked?
I don't know. So I did a little bit of digging, but I was hoping you guys could help me fill in the blanks. I felt like this was supposed to be... Was this intended to be a bit within the Man Show?
No, this is for Fox, right? I thought you said it was for Fox.
Yeah, during Interesting Facts, I mentioned Fox was a part of this.
Yes.
And you like you even said, it felt similar in animation style to King of the Hill.
Very much so.
So, yeah, this was something that could have had legs. Even if Fox didn't pick it up, this could have landed on something like Comedy Central. But it was,
Adult
I think
Swim.
It was separate from Crank Yankers. I think it was separate from The Man Show.
The reason I asked that is because what gets a 10-minute time slot? Like, what was it supposed to be?
Most cartoons get...
On what, Adult Swim or what on
Adult Swim? You do have 10-minute episodes, but this I think is more than anything. It's just kind of a teaser, something as a pitch you could put out there. Okay. One of the shortest pilots you and I ever watched, I think it was about a 3.5 minute Buffy the Vampire Slayer cartoon pilot. Yeah. 3.5 minutes. People create things to show to executives and say, hey, this is what we see. This
give us some money. We can make more.
Yeah,
for
we've
you.
talked about that before on a couple different episodes.
So I don't think this would have been necessarily a full episode per se, but just like a taste, a 10-minute taste of what could be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should start recording 10-minute tastes of Couch Pilots.
Is that what you want? If that's what you want to do,
you know what? I kind of like that idea.
Okay, you let me know how that looks.
So was your question to me, Jason? Why do I think that it didn't make it any further than that first?
Yes. Why didn't this air? Why don't you think executives said, let's go ahead and greenlight this thing?
To me, it felt like that space was already taken. Mm-hmm. It felt too King of the Hill to me.
King of the Hill was what, like 1997 to like 2010?
It had a run.
It was it was 13 years. Yeah. It was 13. It might have been right around that time frame.
Yep.
Because it was a couple years after Beavis and Butthead, because that was Mike Judge.
Yep.
So it was a couple years after Beavis and Butthead, and then it went for 13 years.
Yeah, it had some legs for sure. And I remember thinking that, and it's hard to go back. We already tried to go back in time.
In our mind.
In our mind.
Time.
In our time.
In our mind time.
In our times.
In our mind times.
I have time.
9 times.
9 times.
I'm young.
Hey, young man.
I felt like this space was already spoken for.
By King of the Hill.
Seats taken.
Seats. Can't sit here.
Seats taken. That's kind of what it felt like to me.
By who? By King of the Hill?
Maybe so. Yeah, I think so.
King of the Hill was just ending
Fox,
at this
wasn't
time?
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
King of the Hill was just ending at this time, or had been done for a year or two, I would say.
And I think this is like King of the Hill if you press on the gas just a little bit more.
Just a little bit.
Just to get through that yellow light. And I think that's what it was. It was like that yellow, pushing that gas a little bit more.
This may be spoiling because I know we're going to go through our ratings at the end, but I'll just...
Oh, no, we're not. We don't ever do that.
We've got rid of that. This is the first episode we're getting rid of that section.
How about that?
How about that?
How about that?
Catch me outside.
Won't you please catch me outside?
there was this. This is gonna sound strange. Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh God, I'm checked out. Sorry.
In Sister Act 3.
That was a good.
Great movie.
Whoopi Goldberg ends up, and I never watched a full episode, but she ends up getting her own sitcom. And all I remember thinking...
In what?
I don't remember the name
And
of it.
she
Maybe
was
it was called Whoopi. I don't remember what the
I
name
think
of the
she was dating a white guy in that.
She might have been.
Well, hold on. I don't remember this at all. Whoopi Goldberg had her own sitcom?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it was like, so much of it was just at like this kitchen table in like this middle class America house.
I have no
Blake,
recollection of that.
Can you dig it up, the name of the... Yeah. So all I remember thinking this was a medium for her to talk about her convictions with politics.
I see where you're going, and I think you're exactly right.
And like her, I don't know, her temperature on society as a whole. And it was like, Whoopi, we know you're just trying to find a distilled version of what you really want to say.
Yeah.
And when I watched this, I thought, Adam, you're just trying to sneak this through the back door, what you really want to say.
But is there anything wrong with that, though?
Not necessarily, but it's not as sleight of hand as they think it is. And I think that when I watched this, I thought, no, this is not as subtle as they think it is. And it just seemed obnoxious is a strong word, but I couldn't get into it.
Okay, the show was called Whoopi.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was called.
After running a small hotel for 15 years, a one-hit wonder diva decides to expand by opening up the hotel bar as a lounge where her fans can come and see her on a regular basis. Complicating matters is her conservative young brother who takes her up on an office for free space.
Please stop right there. That sounds like the worst fucking thing I've ever heard. Please,
Listen.
He's got more.
First
Please stop.
episode,
No, please.
September 9th, 2003.
No.
Final episode, April 20th of 2004 on NBC.
Please stop. I asked you to stop.
Dun, dun, dun.
That sounds fucking awful. I don't ever want to hear that again.
This has really got him worked up, Blake.
It's all about the fact. There was 22 episodes.
I don't give a shit.
There was 22 episodes.
Matt,
of
Is
that.
that one season?
This,
Wow,
Matt,
that's
this
too
is
much.
what I think about.
Tomas.
I think you're exactly right. This is a vehicle for Adam Carolla to purge all of his thoughts and
Yeah.
opinions. But this is what I will also say. As a longtime listener personally of the Adam Carolla podcast, the man has a lot of takes. He has a lot of stories. And all those are vehicles to become some sort of content,
Sure.
if it's a cartoon or what. Some of these things in the show I have heard before because I've listened to his show for like 6-7 years.
Well, I think that's with any.
Was that Left on Red Lights?
That's
Isn't
absolutely
that's
one
of his big ones.
I seriously turn left on red lights all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just any creative person, like a comedian or something, they have to have some kind of outlet for stuff, and
Yeah.
you try to find how do I put my brand or what I see on things, where can I put that? A cartoon or a nighttime talk show?
You got to diversify.
Yeah, you got to
right?
figure out a way. You got to whatever your talent is, whatever your focus is, you have to be able to find a place to put it.
Find a way to brand yourself.
Let me ask this though. Oh, I'm sorry, I cut you off. No, is it? It was not subtle enough for me for it to be.
No, it was not.
For it to build a character in this world that they were trying to
was
build.
blunt. It
It
was
was Adam Carolla. It was not under any kind of disguise or guise. It was just.
There was no smoke, no mirrors.
It was the animated Adam Carolla.
It was
is what
Adam Carolla.
Yeah.
And you guys are almost saying that as if it's something negative, and that's fine if that's your opinion.
I didn't say it's negative.
I don't say it's necessarily negative. I think he's got a lot of good takes that could translate into something different. Was this the right format? Maybe.
Yeah,
not.
no, I don't think it was. I wasn't trying to be negative. I would just say it was just so obvious.
Even if you were, it's fine. That's totally your opinion.
Yeah.
What? I have an opinion.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's why I hang out with Jason.
have a bunion.
How you know that? I got
seen
socks.
it.
I got socks.
Molly told me.
Here we look at the
Oh my dear.
Rotten Tomatoes score. We look at the InternetMovieDatabase.com score. We look at critic reviews. We look at viewer reviews.
But it never aired.
This is we've had plenty that haven't aired and still end up on YouTube or they end up on IMDb. While this pilot is on YouTube, there's nothing about this anywhere. There are a few comments made here and there that it exists, but as far as opinions about it, or ratings, or reviews, nothing. And it's so bizarre to me to think, because I don't think Adam Carolla is like a huge public figure, but with as popular as his podcast is, you think there would be more attention on this.
Sure.
You think there would be more people talking about it, giving it reviews. Not the case whatsoever.
Adam, we're here for you.
We're here. We're doing it. We're doing our part.
Sure.
Why? To me, this makes me really wonder. This specific pilot makes me wonder, what does it take? What are the qualifications to get your project into IMDb? If not this, then what?
That's maybe in part why I asked if this was actually baked into another program.
Just like a segment of something.
That's exactly what I felt like.
I think he did the segment of Birchum maybe once or twice on the Man Show. I honestly, at the time, I wasn't really a huge Adam Carolla fan. I didn't really like the Man Show. I've warmed up to it a little bit with the little bits that I've heard. I think he did a live action Birchum as himself on the Man Show.
He did, because it's in front of like a blackboard and the whole thing.
So you probably saw it while looking into this.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I saw.
Yes.
So I think he has done live action versions of this. He did it on K-Rock. He had a felt puppet on Crank Yankers. But I believe this to be a separate entity in cartoon form for potentially Fox at the time. But no one's talking about it. Why is that? Why is no one saying anything about this?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to FCF Airport. Local time is 11:11 and the temperature is 69 degrees. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captains turn off the fasten seatbelt sign.
Now we rate, right?
Now we rank.
We rank.
We rate.
Now we rank and rate.
I want to be a general.
Do you want to generalize our rating scale?
Yes, for sure. It's based on the hit television show and series that ran for a long, long time. It's called Wings. And it's a 1 through 7. 7 being the best, 1 being the worst. And it's all based off of characters on the show Wings. 1, which is the worst, would be Roy Biggins. And number 7, flying high in the sky, Brian Hackett. So, yeah.
Well, let's turn to our guest first. Matthew, 1 to 7 scale, how do you rate Birchum?
Yep. I always need help with the characters that these ratings, because I usually land somewhere in the right.
Jason, why don't you go through that list real quick?
You mentioned Roy Biggins. That's a number 1. Number 2 is a Faye Cochran, or as you like to say, Faye Yetton. Number 3 is an Antonio Scarpacci. Number 4, my favorite, the level-headed, even-keeled Joe Hackett. Number 5 was at one time a Lowell Mather, played by Thomas Hayden Church, replaced by Bud Bronski, friend of the show, Brian Haley. Number 6 is a Helen Chappell. And like you mentioned before as well, number 7 is the best a man can get, Gillette, Brian Hackett.
He wore flip-flops while flying a plane on episode 1.
What's more badass than that?
Nothing.
That's up there. So for me, I'm going to go, I'll start off with the rating. I'm going to go with an Antonio Scarpacci.
Number 3.
That's going to be a 3 for me.
Okay.
Wow.
A couple reasons. Number 1, a 10-minute episode really felt like, I get it. Maybe this was just supposed to be a preview of what could be, but I'm not convinced that there was 30 minutes of material or 22 minutes of material here. What it felt like to me was a 10-minute Adam Carolla monologue, and just the medium he was introducing that through was this cartoon version of himself. And so I didn't feel like I was being absorbed into this world, this school, this really anything. I'm not saying it even wasn't funny, but he laid it on thick.
Like peanut butter?
Like he laid it on peanut butter thick.
Chunky?
Like the anti-cultural or, whatever he wanted to be insensitive or sensitive towards. I had a hard time getting into it. And I think that, just for the record, I've been on a number of episodes here. I fly a lot for work, by the way. And you guys are the cheapest, which I've been meaning to mention.
Thank you.
Does it?
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I mean, I don't know how you guys keep your prices so low.
It has a lot to do with our safety standards.
Namaste.
And also with you. A number 3.
A number 3 for me.
Captain Philip Rochester, I turn to you. How do you rate Birchum?
We've talked about it before. I'm not the biggest Adam Carolla fan in the world, and it's not anything bad. He's not my wheelhouse.
Cup of tea, as it were, for your British listeners.
Ah, yes, and a cup of Vegemite for our Australian listeners. I didn't hate it. I laughed a couple times. I laughed a few times. It was funny. It was very King of the Hill, very much so King of the Hill, and at least there's a connection. You know what I mean? At least there's some kind of connection.
As far as you like King of the Hill? Or
no,
what?
I'm just saying, like, you were talking in interesting facts. You know, people were involved in both of them.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the Christmas holiday spirit. I'm giving it a 5. I've seen a lot fucking worse stuff.
That's fair.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad stuff out there for sure. We got a 3 and a 5.
And, you know, To Catch a Contractor, I mean, one of the greatest shows I've ever seen.
I never actually saw that one.
I never did either.
I watched a few episodes of it.
Oh, was it good?
Yeah. So basically, you didn't pour the concrete right.
Is that your Adam Carolla? You do more
sounds
attempts at
deathly ill.
impersonations than anything.
I do what?
You do so many more impersonations or attempts at them than anyone else on the show.
Yeah.
Well, somebody's got to do it.
That's true.
That's
That's
All you have is Ross Perot.
Say hello to my little friend. Remember that? You guys remember when Ross Perot said this? He was like, "Oh, Sandy." You guys remember that?
Yeah. Do you remember?
Was that in his stump speech?
Yeah.
Do you remember when Ross Perot said, "And it was all you all along, Fredo"?
I promise you, I didn't understand one word of that.
I know I can't believe you saw The Godfather Part 2 as well.
It's Al Pacino. I've seen every Al Pacino movie.
Oh, that's right, of course.
Even Cruisin', which is a very weird.
Oddly enough, that's his favorite movie. It's about gay guys looking for other gay guys.
No, it's about cops going into the gay.
Sure, it is. Absolutely.
We got another bit. Let's go.
Sure.
We have a very exciting bit.
Okay. I can see this being a half-hour show on Fox. They've got the right players.
You think
involved.
Fox would do this with all the stuff that's not PC?
Yes. I think if you take a look at all of the networks, Fox is the one that traditionally has been a little bit more edgy than anyone else.
Because of a living color.
Mainly because of a living
and
color.
J-Lo.
I mean, because of
One
J-Lo.
of the Fly Girls.
Yeah.
You really wanted to go home, didn't you? Matt's like, I am done.
You remember when they called Sean Wayans when he was the DJ for Living Color? They call him SW1.
Yeah?
No, you don't. This was funny. This was when the world swings too hard one way, the backlash is as equal. What more is different than take a space dust. You can fuck yourself up. What goes harder the other way from a Barack Obama to a Donald Trump? What's a harder swing? Right? What's a harder swing from hair metal in the late 80s to Kurt Cobain and his torn, dirty flannels in the early 90s? When one thing swings one way, it swings back equally hard. In the PC times that we're living in, what swings harder back than Birchum, the man who's calling out all the things that he thinks is a little too soft or a little too touchy-feely or ridiculous, things that didn't exist before. This is Birchum. This is the show Birchum. It is absolutely it's Adam Carolla 100%. One of his rants in cartoon form. He's got a lot of rants. He's got a lot of material. I find it amusing. I think it's funny. I like the people involved. I like some of the stuff. It's I can't quite give it a 6. I think I'm with you here, Blake. I'm going to give this one a 5.
2 5s.
5, and a 3. And with that, we close the book on Birchum, and we will never mention that show again.
Yeah.
But join us next time, won't you please? And I can't tell you the name of the pilot because we got a bit coming up here, and we'll actually.
It's not a bit.
Yeah, you're right.
We've taken an event.
We've taken a look at our ratings. He said, "What's wrong with the show Couch Pilots?" And arguably, there's a lot wrong, but we've decided our normal format, like you said earlier, Matt, is to take a look at shows that had only one episode, shows that are free to find, and shows that are accessible by anyone. These are our 3 pillars, but we're throwing all of that away.
Sure.
For next season, we're doing 10 episodes.
Season 22.
It's an event. You're
Deuces are wild.
Yeah. Blake, you and I are taking a look 5 pilots apiece to successful television shows that we love.
Right. They went to series.
Yeah.
And there's some bragging rights involved.
Yeah.
Right. So we are going to track the downloads for each one of these episodes.
I have 5 that I like. You have 5 that you like.
Yeah, and
who gets the most downloads will be king.
And you'll find out in February.
Yeah, I think that's when everything will wrap up. But to announce these pilots, I'm going to go ahead and hand some information over to Matt, and he is going to do the official announcement of the of season 22 and all the pilots.
It's like, did anybody play that game Myst?
No one's ever
on
played
PC.
No.
that. No.
There's like this.
Nobody played games on PCs.
Come on.
Are you ready, Matt? When I start the
Let me
music,
make sure I can
when I
read
start the
it.
music, tell everyone to get on their feet.
If everyone could rise.
These we're doing our draft, right? These are the
Please rise.
these are the pilots that we have picked, right?
These are the pilots. Welcome to the Battle of the Captains. This feels a little sacrilegious to have the Bulls theme, but I'm going to go with it. Hello and good evening, everyone.
First pick.
With the first pick in the Battle of the Captains, Jason selects Saturday Night Live.
Oh, good one. Good.
With the second pick, Blake selects Alice.
Do you remember Alice at all?
I have no idea. With the third pick, Jason selects Late Night with David Letterman. With the fourth pick, Blake selects Dukes of Hazzard. With the fifth pick, Jason selects The Simpsons.
I knew that was coming.
With the sixth pick, Blake selects Atypical. With the seventh pick, Jason selects Seinfeld.
Oh, Jesus. I'm going to kill myself.
This is going to be a landslide. With the eighth pick, Blake selects Rugrats. With the ninth pick, Jason selects The Sopranos. And with the 10th pick of the Battle of the Captains, Blake selects Wentworth.
I'm blowing you out of the water on this one. I'm going to win.
Wow, thank you very much, man. That was great.
That was great.
Do we still have the effects on here?
No.
All right.
All right, let's recap this. All right, we've each picked 5 pilots of shows that went to series.
Alice, Rugrats, Dukes of Hazzard, Wentworth, and Atypical.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here, you want to quickly go through like kind of why we picked them? Do you have time, Matt?
I got time.
I think we should wait on that. I don't think we need to get into that right
that's
now.
fine.
There's a lot of
You may not want to rush it, I guess. That's what I would say.
There's a lot of content coming. I think I should wait on that until we
right.
actually.
This feels kind of lopsided to me. I don't want
You
to
really
say
think so?
I don't. If I could at least be a fly on the wall, I don't have to be on the plane. But if I
No.
could be a fly on the wall for
Okay.
the,
You can be on the plane, but you have to choose one of the 5 that I picked. You can be on.
oh no, I meant for the reveal show of how many downloads, who wins, and who was overall.
But I'm offering you a spot on the plane, but you have to pick one of the 5 that
I'd be happy to.
But you have to pick one of the 5 right
Easy.
now.
Easy. Rugrats.
Okay, it's only
Yeah.
it's only,
Yeah.
it's only
Is that whole special place in your heart?
Yeah. I grew up on Rugrats.
You like a Reptar? You like
Yeah.
a good Reptar? Okay.
I love a good Reptar. Reptar by nature.
So,
great band.
yeah,
Really
he's
is a
absolutely
good
right.
God bless you.
Atomic Burrito.
God
right?
bless you. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So join us next time, won't you please, when we watch the pilot episode of Saturday Night Live. Here's a little something to wet your whistle. A famous guest host stars in parodies and sketches created by the cast of this witty show. You can find the entire episode of Saturday Night Live by subscribing to Hulu or buying like a DVD or something. This is not normal Couch Pilots.
No,
fare.
not at all.
We
It's-
can't give you a link for something. The only one that I found that has a link for the full episode is the first episode of Late Night with David Letterman.
Okay.
I know you've got some stuff that's available on some streaming services, and if you have Hulu, I know Saturday Night Live is on there, but not all of these are going to be
gonna say,
available.
that's
You
not
might have to
owned-
search some of this out.
That's not owned by somebody, that first episode of Letterman?
I don't like a lot of those like talk shows that literally have thousands of episodes. They're sometimes available on websites online. Like I know Conan just released a ton of his archive stuff. I don't think Letterman has that. So the first episode and probably a handful of them are available on YouTube.
And Rugrats and Alice are available on YouTube.
Okay.
We will put up the link that you don't have to pay for on YouTube. Atypical and Wentworth are on Netflix. Who doesn't have Netflix? If you don't have Netflix, email me. I will give you my password.
This is going to be a thing
Dukes
where
of Hazzard is on Daily Motion.
you are going to have to come over to my house for some of these and watch them with me.
Oh, the ones that you picked?
Yeah. You have to come over. You're going to finally have to come over to my house. Jesus Christ. Instead of coming over to your godforsaken
Is
house.
that damn mouse going to be there?
No. Is your stinky fucking dog going to be here every time I come
She's
here?
not stinky.
Oh, okay. The dog smells like shit.
No, she does not.
Takes it so personally.
No.
We're
The
almost
first
there.
time you met her, she stunk. But she's had 4 baths.
There
since
is
then.
a general dog smell, but it's not nearly as bad.
We're
as
almost
when-
there, guys. We've almost got this plane on the ground.
All right, we'll get you out of here. Relax.
I'm putting the boxing gloves on.
No, I meant
Where
like,
do you have to go? You're not going to go on
not
Route
not
98.
me.
Don't
It's like
take Sheridan.
we've had such a successful flight
Take Broadway.
that we don't want to crash the plane on landing.
No.
Go to couchpilotspodcast.com. All of our different social media outlets are there, as well as every single episode we've done. It's all available right there on the website, couchpilotspodcast@gmail.com. If you want to give us a message or some money or something, that'd be great. Right?
Yeah.
Give us-
Patreon.com.
Give us some money. I'd like some money.
money. Oh, I'll wait for my turn. Sorry.
No, go right ahead, please. Do you have a message of positivity?
Well, I just think for season 22, this is the battle of the captains, right?
Yeah.
This is where the men become men,
Yeah.
right?
Every once in a while, we say we have 10 episodes as a season.
Right.
Let's do something different. And this time, you and I are going head to head, toe
Right.
for toe, blow
Mano
for blow.
e mano. This is the perfect time if you're a listener, if you're a faithful listener, rate us, subscribe.
Contact us via social media. Let us know
Right.
who is the winner,
And
who is right, who's wrong.
Spread the word that this season is one that people need to listen to.
It is on very much like Donkey Kong here. Right?
How about Donkey Kong Jr.?
No. Yeah, you can have that. Wuss.
I'll take my
Would
Jr.
you like to substitute that for whatever Rentworth?
Wentworth is the
It's the Australian Orange is the New Black.
it's the
I
greatest
remember
show
he
ever.
talked about it one of the last episodes.
You know
I was
what?
on.
Guess what? You're booked.
I couldn't handle it though.
You're booked.
No, I couldn't handle that one.
Matthew,
Because of
thank
all
you.
the lesbian action.
No, you said it was just really gritty, and I don't know that stuff.
Matt
sticks
doesn't
with
like
me.
grit.
Yeah, I don't like. I
But
don't
you-
like
You don't like sandpaper?
Cracker Barrel. No, I never order grits.
Matt, thank you so much for being on the show.
I love
Pleasure,
having you on.
guys.
Do you
Absolutely, man.
have
It's
any
my favorite.
idea of how many times you've been on? I bet it's been.
I
like
think we're
12.
double. Yeah, we're double digits. I think it's
Nice.
low double digits for sure because I think I was on one of the first few episodes, maybe episode 9.
That was
or
the one
something
with
like
the
that.
swamp guy, right?
And the
Oh,
and where the word transom
the
came
world
into our
beyond.
vernacular. The world beyond. With the mud
The
monster.
transom is the what is that?
It's the tip of the foreskin.
No, it's the mud golem's foreskin. And the reason why we have a word for that, it's beyond me. Yeah,
It's like the back of the boat.
it's
right?
the world beyond me.
He's been on
Yes.
so many episodes, he was trusted to fly the plane with kayfabe Chemo Slice.
Yeah, we
that's exactly
definitely
right.
did.
That's exactly right.
It was a rocky flight.
Yes.
We had, and we just had him on the episode 200. He was
Yeah.
here too. That was great.
Great.
Yeah.
I love having you here.
I
Seriously.
enjoy it, man.
Is
Thanks,
there
guys.
anything you want to plug? Anything that is
I don't know
striking
if I
your
necessarily have any plugs, but just everybody be safe during Thanksgiving.
you
Yeah,
want-
Blake has something for me.
No, do you want to plug Guys in a Bowling Alley podcast? Guys in Bowling.
Oh, am I going to be... You want me to
Just
say something about it?
Yeah, just-
I virtually know only...
Spotify.
It's on...
iTunes.
It'll be at Spotify.
It
It'll be
is.
at-
No,
no, it's-
it won't be. It is.
It is at Spotify.
iTunes.
It'll be on
iTunes.
on iTunes.
It is. No, you're saying it will be. This is
I'm using the past perfect.
Google Play.
It'll be on
Yeah.
Google Play.
Is that a past
It's a-
participle? I always thought that was the
It's
funny.
on Google Plays,
Spotify,
Spotify's,
iTunes. The name of the
iTunes.
show is called
Guys in a Bowling Alley.
Yep.
And I'm going to be on it.
Ooh! Based on that plug, I'll tune in. Matt, how's your fantasy football team doing?
Oh, no, this hasn't been the best year.
Is this not a banner year?
No, I wouldn't say a banner year,
I'm
but
sitting
it's a
safely and securely in 9th place.
character building year.
That's all right. Okay. I think that's it. Is there anything else you want to say about Guys in a Bowling Alley before we go?
No, check it out. It's a mix between, like a game show, bowling, and just goofing off and having a good time.
It's a lot of fun. I
Yes,
really
it
like.
is fun. It is fun.
I have been on a couple episodes, and I really like the direction you've taken the podcast. I think
Thank you.
it's a lot of fun as a game show format, and just a lot of farting around in between
There's a trophy. Somebody wins a trophy and takes it home with them.
every episode.
Every week?
Yeah,
Yes,
I have a huge
How
box
often
of
are you
them.
guys? How often are you guys recording? Is it every week?
No, we
once every
release
2 weeks?
we release bi-weekly,
Yeah.
and I'm right now, as of today,
Mm-hmm.
I'm good till the middle of January.
Really? You've done that many? Okay.
Yeah, he's 8 total, right? That's not right?
10.
Oh, 10, really? Okay. Awesome. I think it's 8.
No, I think it's 10.
Okay. You say so. He's
It's
working
8.
it out. It's 8, okay. Well, this pilot may have been rough, folks, but it's always a smooth flight here on Couch Pilots. Thanks, everyone, and we will catch you next time.
Happy holidays.
Thanks for having me.
On behalf of Couch Pilots and the entire crew, we'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we are looking forward to seeing you on board again in the near future. Have a nice day.